Hello YouTube! Recently I joined a brand new group called Odyssey Esports, and I'm hoping that with their help I'll be able to get my channel a little bit bigger, as well as I'll be helping them out and all the people that are a part of this group to also be able to expand their own YouTube channels, Twitch channels, and everything in between. So today I will be talking about the Batman, the Arkham Knight, obviously, and I'm going to be talking about the PS4 version. I know there's a lot of people that hate the PC version for good reasons, and well, I'm going to avoid anything dealing with the PC. I'm sticking to the console release of this game, and again, primarily to the PS4 version. Batman Arkham Knight is Rocksteady's final game in the Batman trilogy. It follows a story set in place from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and it even touches upon some of the things that were introduced in the spin-off game, Arkham Origins. This is how the Batman dies, is one hell of a way to start off a game. And then to watch the Joker be cremated is even crazier. The entire intro of the game is insane. From the time that you're in the diner and you're playing as a police officer and get gassed by the scarecrow gas, that's intense. And then from that other scene where you're seeing the camera pan around the tower and going up to Batman and getting the first actual view of Gotham City, oh my god, it is so beautiful. The visuals in the game are spectacular. I mean, let's just go straight into the graphics of the game. The first time you get the Batman's perspective on the city, it'll leave you in silent awe. And it's a real shocker that this whole entire game was created using the Unreal Engine 3. From the neon-ridden streets to the water splashing off of the Batcape from all the rain that's falling, it is amazing. The graphics definitely do not disappoint in this game, and I do really, really love them. It's probably one of the better looking games out for the PS4 right now. Aside from the visuals of the game, there's also the sound quality, or the sound that is involved in the game. The music in the game is very, very epic. It always sets the right mood, and it always leaves you feeling like a superhero. It's very reminiscent of the 90s cartoon and the currently running Arrow and Flash TV shows. It has that real awesome build-up, and every time you're getting into a fight, it really just leaves you like you're doing something awesome. Going on with the sound, the voice actors in this game are amazing. They really do lend really well to the characters that they're portraying, and the fact that they brought back Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill to this game to portray their roles as Batman and the Joker, it is awesome. I can't really imagine anybody else playing those characters aside from like the ones in the movies or whatever, but in cartoon-wise, Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are the definitive Batman and Joker. There is one annoying aspect to the game though. There's like 8 lines that these thugs in the game keep repeating and repeating, and I swear that it gets super annoying. It's mainly just ambient noise after a while, but I mean the fact that they never change what they say, it's bothersome. But overall, the sound of the game is actually pretty cool, and I really do enjoy it, aside from those little mishaps. Now, to get into the mechanics of the game, there are 4 main aspects to what you're going to really be focusing in this game. There's the stealth, there's the fighting, there's the gliding, and the brand new addition to the game, the Batmobile. So, let's talk about the stealth. So in the stealth, you're going to be hiding behind walls, trying to avoid criminals to the best as you can. You're going to be going underneath crates, going through air ducts, and trying to sneak up on the villains. That way you can try to take them out without anybody really noticing you. Though when you do get noticed and you have a whole crew of baddies to take down, you have your fighting mechanics, which takes pretty much everything that has been in the previous Batman games, except makes it a little bit better and a little bit more fluent. It's really fun. You're going to be beating up these bad guys with impossible odds, but that's the whole glory of being Batman. You get to do some impossible things. The gliding in the game returns from, again, the previous games as well, and it gives you a really great perspective on the entire Gotham City, aside from running around on the ground. You get to see all the lights, you get to see all the effects just looking awesome. And finally, the Batmobile. The one addition that a lot of people had problems with, especially because of the boss fights that you have in the Batmobile. There is quite too many boss fights in the Batmobile, which is a little disappointing, but I'm not going to get into too many spoilers. I will say that overall the Batmobile experience and the Bat Tank experience was pretty fun. So now I'm going to talk about the story. While ultimately the biggest villain in the game is the Scarecrow, you will be facing off against other villains such as the Riddler, Two-Face, the Penguin, Professor Pig, Hush, Man-Bat, Firefly, Deacon Blackfire, Deathstroke, and of course the titular character, the Arkham Knights. Now, if you get the Season Pass, or if you at least get the Season of Infamy DLC, you'll be facing off against Mr. Freeze, the Mad Hatter, Killer Croc, and Ra's al Ghul, which those boss fights really do make up for all the Batmobile boss fights in the actual game. And again, avoiding major spoilers, I will let you go play this on your own so you can find out how awesome they really are. The game takes place a few years after the events of Arkham City, where crime has dwindled down to practically nothing, which leaves Jim Gordon believing that there might be something in the works, something disastrous coming along, which, after certain events that take place at the beginning of the game, proves to be right. The city is then evacuated, and all that's left behind are the GCPD and the scum of the earth, along with a couple of Gotham's heroes. Now, it's entirely up to Batman, without very much help from Nightwing or Robin, to take down all of these baddies. And while the portions of the games that do involve Nightwing and Robin are pretty cool, at the end of the day, it leaves you wanting more. I'm still waiting for a day that maybe Rocksteady releases a game called Arkham Knights that involves all the side characters from Batman, but that's only a pipe dream, and I don't really expect for them to actually work on anything like that. Now, the build-up of the actual game is for you to figure out who the Arkham Knight is, who's really the main threat, besides Scarecrow just practically ruining everything. And if you're a longtime fan of Bats, then you'll eventually, like with all the clues that's given to you prior to the reveal of who the Arkham Knight is, you'll find out who it is pretty easily. And let's just say it's not disappointing. I really did enjoy how they built up this character and how they reveal who he is at the end. Ultimately, though, the ending of the game is something that I didn't really quite expect, but it is a pretty good ending to the series. Although it kind of makes it seem like there might not be anything to be said in this universe anymore. Unless you stick around until the end credits, which you should. So, who knows, maybe there might be an Arkham Knight 4. Probably not, but I mean, that'd be cool. So, now the DLC. The DLC comes with a lot of good stuff. You have a couple of mission packs, you have a couple of Predator packs, you have some new racing tracks. You get some side story missions with Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, the Red Hood, and all of these side missions are actually pretty fun, except they might just end up being a little too short for some people's liking. But overall, they are fun. The main draw to the DLC, though, is all the Batman costumes that you get to unlock or get to download, and all the Batmobiles that you get to download. There are so many. There's the original Batmobile from the old school Batman movies. You also get the Tumbler from the Dark Knight series. You get the new Batmobile from a new movie that hasn't even been released yet. You get the original Batmobile from the Arkham games, which is awesome. And the Bat costumes that you get are like the Flashpoint, Batman Beyond. You also get you get the Batman from the original movies with the yellow symbol in the chest. You get the Dark Knight Batsuit. You also get there's a lot of stuff. Too many to go through, to be honest. But this leads me to the final verdict of the game, or well, the final questions of the game. Should you buy this game? Should you buy the DLC? Is it actually worth all your money? And the answer to all these questions would be a yes. The game's price is currently fluctuating between 30 and 60 bucks, so if you're able to get it for 30 bucks or get it on special, that's awesome, and I highly recommend to get it. That means that if you get it on special, you'll be able to get the DLC or the Season Pass, which is totally worth it in my opinion, especially for the last release, which is A Season of Infamy. Now, will the game itself be released later on in a complete package like most of the other Batman games, the Game of the Year versions or whatever? Chances are yes. So if you're currently on a tight budget and haven't been able to pick up the game because of your current situation, then I do recommend that you wait until they do release that, or find out a little bit later if they are going to release that. If you're like any other gamer out there that has manages to have some extra cash on the side, and you're constantly looking at your games thinking, I have nothing to play, I do recommend that you go pick this game up. It's definitely worth every penny. You're going to be putting in so many hours of gameplay into this. I've probably already spent about maybe 50 hours, 60 hours, maybe even 80 hours in the game. And that's just trying to collect all the Riddler trophies and trying to complete all the missions 100%, and then doing the new game plus so that you can get the final costume in the game, which is basically the costume in the game with a gold bat symbol, which is beautiful. So have you played the game? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's discuss this whole game. I want to talk to people about this. Although if you're going to be sharing spoilers, make sure to put spoiler tags on there so that the people that haven't played the game don't get the entire story ruined for them. If you have Twitter, go ahead and follow me on there at @odd_jwolf. There will be a link down in the section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And by the way, if you're a Zelda fan but have never been able to beat some of the games, or just have trouble getting through some of the games, go check out Gags Gaming. I'll include the link down below as well. And go check them out for some walkthroughs and let's plays on the game. That way you can find out more secrets and you can do more stuff in the game. It's actually, those games are really fun and I highly recommend them. And these guys, Gags Gaming, it's a really good channel. So go check them out and make sure to subscribe to them as well. Alright everyone, so have a good night. I'll catch you later and make sure to leave those comments down below. Peace!